All right, welcome. We're live here at the NDSCS Blickler Activity Center in Wapaton, North Dakota for the 2020 Boys NDSCS Basketball Bonanza live on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll have all 7 games for you back-to-back of approximately 15 minutes between games. And now the national anthem. The Magnitude Sports Media Network is all about bringing your team home when they're on the road and bringing your team to your friends, fans, and family who are on the road. Does your team have a huge road game coming up on the schedule that your fans aren't able to attend? Does your family live in a different part of the country? Consider sponsoring your team. We can show you who's watching the game, the age group, the actual number of viewers, so team up with us to bring your team back to your home television when they're on the road playing. Visit our website, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed, someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
All right, welcome back. And we are complete with the national anthem now. Let's take a look at these two teams. Oaks coming in with an overall win-loss record of 12-6. They'll match up against the Kindred Vikings, who are 14-4 on the season so far. This is a non-region matchup, so it's a Region 1 versus Region 3 matchup. And let's see here. I know they're at least 1-0, but let me double-check the Kindred schedule here.
Under assistant coaches Scott Milbrand and Matt Hagan and head coach Brad Whale, here is your starting lineup. At a guard, senior.
Kindred defeated Edgeley Column Montpelier 80-74 back on January 20th. That was a fellow Region 3 team to the Oaks Tornadoes. They had a loss to Hatton Northwood and a loss to Hillsborough Central Valley and a loss to Grafton St. Thomas and an overtime loss, 79-77, to kick off the season against Dilworth, Glidden, Felton. All the rest of their games, with the exception of one, I'll tell you about that one in a little bit here, were against Region 1 opponents, and the one that I skipped over by mistake was the 77-71 overtime win over the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks, a game that Kindred traveled to Bismarck to take on the Skyhawks for back on January 11th.
Assistant coach Jordan Lynch and head coach.
The Oaks Tornadoes, 12-6 on the year. They are 3-3 in their region, or in their district, I should say. 57-48 loss to Northern Cass, a 66-46 loss to Leola Frederick out of South Dakota. Let's see here, a 68-44 win over Wyndmere Lidgerwood, and a 77-62 win at the Richland Colts. And those have been their and then a 65-59 win over Lisbon have been their non-region wins and losses for the Oaks Tornadoes. Your starting lineups for the Oaks Tornadoes: Alex Nelson, Garrett Meal, Dalton Schmidt, Steele Hansen, and Ashton Biesterfield. Head coaches Nolan Peterson. Once again, Oaks Tornadoes 12-6. For the Kindred Vikings, they are coached by head coach Brad Whale and assistant Scott Milbrandt. Their starters today: Dawson Schaefer, Andy Fryer, Caden Olson, Max McQuillan, and Gavin Keller. Kindred will be in the blue with white numerals, and the Oaks Tornadoes will be in the white with the dark orange numerals and lettering. As we get ready for the first quarter of play here on game 701. We did 700 games as of last night. And that one was between Fargo Davies and West Fargo, and that one certainly did not disappoint. We have highlights of that game on our YouTube channel if you're interested. Kindred will win the opening tip, and if you're interested in alley-oops, which was almost one right there, that's what those highlights are mostly of from last night's game. So Kindred wins the opening tap. They don't score on their first possession. Here comes Oaks down to the other side, and underneath there was Ashton Beesterfield. That shot was partially blocked. Kindred will take over the possession. A little over 7.5 to go. That's Fryer with a three. He rattles off the side of the rim into the hands for the rebound to Dalton Schmidt. Schmidt will bring it up over the timeline here, get the screen, and now work it over to the far wing. Now back up top there for Steele Hansen. Near side now, it's Meal. Couple passes later there, Hansen will get it back. Hansen dribble drive into the paint, a little half hook shot there up and in, and the Oaks Tornadoes are on the board. Quickly into the near corner here, that's McQuillan up top for Schaefer. Now a couple passes later, they work it over far side for Andy Fryer, who'll feed it up top there for McQuillan. McQuillan inside for Gavin Keller. Keep your eyes on him if you're not familiar with Kindred Vikings. Gavin Keller has dunked the ball many times on the ND Sports Channel. As a matter of fact, he's done it twice on the ND Sports Channel in this building. Once at that hoop and one at the hoop that you're about to see. If you watch our games regularly, you see one of those highlights in our opening highlight collage. We don't, due to the time between games, and to be fair to all teams, we're not doing a extensive pregame or postgame show here on any of these games today. Just the basics. Steele Hansen knocks down another one. It's Steele Hansen 4 and Kindred 0. We need to flip-flop our score there. I'm used to Kindred being the home team, so I was thinking Oaks had the away team there, and we'll manually adjust that score down to 4-2 now. And we'll put it back up to 5. So 5-4, the first lead change of the game in favor of Kindred, thanks to the basket there by Max McQuillan on the triple. And that is McQuillan again, feeds it over far side, and the layup there from Schaefer was a little bit strong. Quickly back the other way in transition, lost the ball. It's picked up by Andy Fryer. Fryer will bring it up the far sideline over the timeline to the far wing. Now could work it to McQuillan, wide open for a three. He got it! And now the Vikings have doubled up here on the Oaks Tornadoes, 8-4. Vikings also have a foul on the board. And up top is Steele Hansen. That one's taken away. This is Schaefer, up and in. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. I'll be back in 30 seconds here on the ND Sports Channel. Subscribe to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for Magnitude Sports, click on subscribe, click on the bell, and select your alert preference of all, personalized, or none. By selecting all, you'll be notified to every live broadcast and video upload we make. Selecting personalized will notify you only to the games and videos most likely to interest you, and selecting none will help us out by becoming a subscriber but avoid unnecessary mobile and email notifications. Direct link is youtube.com/ndsportschannel/live. Thanks for subscribing to Magnitude Sports on YouTube.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
All right, well, Oaks gets out to 4-0 lead, and now Kindred with the last basket by Dawson Schaefer on a 10-0 run here with 4:49 to go in the first quarter of play, and we're back underway here. Oaks Tornadoes basketball after the timeout on the floor. Bringing it over the timeline there, and now they'll work it down low, and that shot's blocked by Gavin Keller on the attempt there by Dalton Schmidt. They'll work it back into the hands of Schmidt up top now for Nelson, and that far side three is a little strong. Rebound to Andy Fryer. Vikings will bring it back the other way now with just under 4.5 to go. Schaefer, Fryer near side, working for Keller down in the post there. One dribble turnaround, kicks it out. Long two on the way. 17-footer from Caden Olson. 12-4. Kindred took the lead at 5-4. And they've cruised since then. Top of the key three from Schmidt. In and out, won't go. Rebound is picked up there by Keller. Quickly up court. Drive into the paint, and that one's up and in. That is Max McQuillan. He has a quick 8 points here in the opening quarter. 12-4 in favor of Kindred. I want to say hi to Mark Qualley, if I'm saying his name correctly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for messaging us on our Facebook page. Certainly appreciate that. I believe Mark is a Central Cass fan. We'll have that Squirrels game coming up here at approximately 2:30. I would presume that they'll keep us on time as best as possible unless one of these games goes into like an overtime or a double overtime, something to that effect. Steele Hansen has 6 of the Tornadoes' 6 points. Near side here, that is Caden Olson, number 20. High post jumper up and in. McQuillan with 2 more. Scoreboard in the gym said 16. I must have forgot to add the last basket there, and I apologize. Up top, McQuillan leading the way in scoring right now for Kindred. Dishes it off on the one-handed handoff there to Andy Fryer on the near wing. He dribbles into the free throw line. Now they kick it over to the far side. Back up top. Keller will try for a triple. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes down to the Tornadoes. They'll work it up court there to Alex Mugley, a junior, and he stepped on the double dribble. 2:08 to go here in the first quarter. That's the first turnover of the game, unless I missed one. And a 10-point advantage here for the Kindred Vikings. Schaefer with the basketball, and a whistle will stop the clock with 1:59. And what's the call here? I looked down for a split second, didn't see it. Looks like substitution here for Kindred. So Gavin Keller comes in. Inbounds pass is triggered into Schaefer. We'll get back over to McQuillan, I believe. I can't quite see the jersey number from that far. It's either McQuillan or Olson, and that one drops in. 3-pointer. Dawson Schaefer with 5 points so far now. And that one's stolen away by Dawson Schaefer. One-on-one, back the other way. Schaefer wins the layup battle on Steele Hansen. 2 more. And we have a whistle and a timeout on the floor. It's 19-6 in favor, or 21-6 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
This is Michael Hall, a senior at Kindred High School and the 2018-19 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of a high school athletic contest, the real winners are those that display good sportsmanship. We need those people who treat competition as a game and not a war. People who show genuine concern for an injured player and those who accept all decisions of the game officials. Remember to be a good sport and a good citizen when you attend a high school game.
All right, welcome back. 1:23 to go here in the first quarter of play, and it's 21-6 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. Steele Hansen has all 6 of the Tornadoes' points. Near side here, that is Carter Deering, number 13, and underneath was Biesterfield, and his shot was blocked partially by a player and partially by the bottom of the backboard. Quickly around for Schaefer for a triple. He got it. That's his second triple and the four triples so far in the game for the Kindred Vikings. Just under a minute to go here. Hansen with all 6 of the Tornado points will fire it into the hands of Mugley. Mugley now 2 quick passes later to Garrett Neal, and they'll have a foul. Or a turnover, excuse me. Schaefer with the basketball over the timeline here. Get the screen at the top of the key. Dribble in high post. Free throw line extended near side. Shot off the front of the rim. Down along the baseline, there's Meal. Now they'll work it back up top, trying to post up underneath there. Steele Hansen for another bucket. And that one will count, and he'll make a trip to the free throw line to try and get one more there. So it's 24-8. And that one's a little short. Shot clock off, obviously, and with 5 seconds to go here, Schaefer to the hoop, lays it in. I'll wrap up the first quarter of play. We'll take a break and be back with quarter number 2 here in just a minute. The Magnitude Sports Media Network is all about bringing your team home when they're on the road and bringing your team to your friends, fans, and family who are on the road. Does your team have a huge road game coming up on the schedule that your fans aren't able to attend? Does your family live in a different part of the country? Consider sponsoring your team. We can show you who's watching the game, the age group, the actual number of viewers, so team up with us to bring your team back to your home television when they are on the road playing. Visit our website, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843.
High school sports programs provide valuable lessons for practical life solutions, teamwork, sportsmanship, and hard work. Students learn self-respect through responsibility of their actions through high school activities. There are kids out there, coaches and parents, who appreciate sports officials for doing a tough job with class. More officials are needed, someone like you. Contact your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association to find out how to become an official. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
All right, welcome back. Second quarter of play here on the ND Sports Channel. Game 1 of 7 today here from the boys basketball bonanza at the Blickery Activity Center and the campus of North Dakota State College of Science. Oaks Tornado basketball to start the second quarter, down 26-8. All 8 points scored by Steele Hansen, and there's the first one by somebody other than Steele Hansen. It's Ashton Biesterfield, 26-10. 2 team fouls here for the Kindred Vikings. Schaefer on the near side here. Dribbles into the paint, pass out of bounds, turnover. And go back to the Oaks Tornadoes. So Steele Hansen will trigger the inbounds pass here for Garrett Meal. Both of those individuals are juniors for Oaks this year. Now they'll work it into the hands of the senior Alex Nelson. Quickly back around and then inside there for Biesterfield, and he'll get another bucket. Biesterfeld, excuse me. 8 points for Steele Hansen in the first quarter, 4 points for Ashton Biesterfeld here in the second quarter. 28-12, 6.5 to go, and that basket's up and in. Eli Heinrich with the basket. Work around far side there for Schmidt. Now inside for Biesterfeld, and a foul will be coming here.
Ashton Biesterfeld will go to the line for 2. Vikings foul is on Cade Molson, his first.
And the first free throw's up and in there. Second one off the mark. Keller will snag the rebound. Vikings will bring it back the other way. Fryer, near side now, that is Caden Olsen. McQuillan over to Fryer. Fryer spinning around and rolls off the rim, but Keller's there for the rebound and the putback. Gavin Keller with 4 points now, 2 in each quarter so far. .5:29 to go here in the second quarter of play. Ball goes out of bounds. Back to the Kindred Vikings. Max McQuillan will bring it up and over the timeline here at the Blickery Activity Center from the Gary Rogers press box. Mike Mason with you here on the Andy Sports Channel. Game 1 of 7 today. I'll have 4 of them. Brad Anderson will be helping us out with the other 3. Tell you more about that in a little bit here. Certainly appreciate Brad's help in advance. As that 3 grazed the front of the net. Brought back the other way here by Alex Nelson. Now they'll work it down low to Biesterfeld from Schmidt, and that one's up and won't go. I believe it was Meal who had the shot attempt there, and Kindred will bring the ball back the other way. Quickly into the near corner. Now they work it down low. Gavin Keller up and in. 34-13 with 4:47 counting to go. Biesterfeld works it outside here for Nelson. Nelson now into the near corner for Steele Hansen. And he gets 10 and a chance at 11.
Steele Hansen with the basket and 1.
Last time he had an and 1 opportunity, he missed the free throw. He's 0 for 1 in the game so far from the free throw line. Matt Pearson picks up the personal foul for Kindred, team's 4th.
Huntley, Deering, and Hyman for the Tornadoes.
And this time he will not miss it. He will take advantage of it. 11 points for Steele Hansen. First one for the Oaks Tornadoes to enter the double-digit club. Kindred already has 2 of them there. They got there in the first quarter. That's Gavin Keller, and he will somehow get that rebound without getting a foul, and the second chance opportunity won't go in, and now a foul reach-in style on Andy Fryer.
Foul's going to be on the Vikings. Andy Fryer is second.
Up top, that is Alex Mugley, and now he'll lose the ball out of bounds. That is the 4th turnover of the game here for Oaks, only 1 so far for Kindred. Just 4 minutes and change to go here. Schaefer works it far side there for Heinrich. And Heinrich will go to the hoop and drop it in. They'll work it near side here for, that's Carter Deering, a senior, number 13. As Deering fires it into the hands of Garrett Meal. Now Deering will get it back. Looks inside there for Steele Hansen for 2 more.
Steele Hansen.
13 points for Steele Hansen now. And the Oaks Tornadoes have cut the lead in half. That 3 off the back iron. Gavin Keller tried to get the rebound, but tipped it into the hands there of Carter Deering. Now the Oaks Tornadoes will bring it back. Fire it near side here. Alex Mugley will put up a 3, and that will circle around and drop in. His first bucket of the game, 36-21, 3 minutes to go. Before halftime here, First half has gone by rather quickly, at least in my humble opinion. McQuillan, stutter steps, drives into the lane, trying to kick it out to Fryer. They lost it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Kindred Vikings. Stops the clock with 2:47 to go here in the second quarter of play. 36-21. Oaks playing a clean game. They haven't picked up any fouls yet here, but Kindred with 5. But they still have a couple to give with a couple minutes to go yet, which would certainly benefit Oaks if they did pick up those 2 fouls here rather quickly. But nice pass from Schaefer, and they got it in. Eli Heinrich gives Schaefer the assist. Pass across the paint there. And Tiffany Bachmeyer, thanks for finding us on Facebook. We certainly appreciate that. That's Gavin Keller with the bucket. And we have a timeout. Gavin Keller with 8 points. It's 40-21 with a little over 2 minutes to go. We're back in a moment. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network. All right, 2:04 to go here, second quarter of play. It'll be Oaks Tornado basketball coming out of the timeout, 40-21 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. Halftime numbers coming up here in a couple minutes of game time. Game 1 of 7 of the day here from the boys basketball bonanza at the Blickery Activity Center. That is Steele Hansen underneath with another bucket. It's been mostly Steele Hansen for the Oaks Tornadoes. And it's been mostly Max McQuillan, Dawson Schaefer for Kindred. Eli Heinrich and Gavin Keller have now chipped in here in the second quarter.
Tornado foul is going to be on Garrett Neal.
That's the first foul of the morning here on the Oaks Tornadoes. We'll our clock tick down to 1:36. That's where we sit right now. Free throw up and in. And at the free throw line there, I believe, is Caden Olson. Caden Olson with 3 points so far. Make it 4. Swish. 42-23. 1:36 to go. Inbounds pass comes to Garrett Meal. He'll bring it over the timeline with 1:34 to go. Meal fires it near wing into the hands of Dalton Schmidt. Schmidt now to Steele Hansen. Back to Schmidt. Far side for Alex Mugley. Mugley will drive down to the baseline on a dribble, and that will be a foul on the Kindred Vikings. Block shot attempted by Caden Olson, but instead he picks up his second personal, team 6. Now put Alex Mugley, the junior, at the free throw line. 3 points so far in the contest, and now he has 4. 42-24. At one point, Oaks led 4-0. And then Kindred went on a scoring spree, and now it's evened up a little bit. The only problem is Oaks still trying to dig out of that hole that came early on in the first quarter there. Far side there, that's Dawson Schaefer. He'll back up behind the three-point stripe. They'll work it back around to McQuillan. McQuillan back over to Schaefer. He backs up in between the circles. Gets a double screen, picks the direction he wanted to go, and then tossed the ball out of bounds as the pass was intended there. Down low, is that 32 or 34? That's Chase Miller. Mugley here on the near side. They'll work it down low for Biesterfeld. That's Steele Hansen spinning around and dropping it in from the mid post.
Steele Hansen.
I think the last time we saw Oaks, it was a game against the Kindred Vikings about a year ago, right here on this very gym. We've seen the girls team when they took on Richland. That was a great game. If I remember correctly, it was like a 2-point difference. Oaks coming out the victor in that contest. In a game that had, if I remember correctly, 23 or 24 lead changes, and final lead change coming with seconds left in the ball game, and that one could have easily gone into overtime, but it didn't. Last foul was on Ashton Biesterfeld, his first, team second. And at the free throw line is Chase Miller, and he will miss the first. No relation to the Chase Miller who was on our station last night, at least not to my knowledge. And he will miss both. And that'll bring us to halftime. All right, well, we'll take a timeout, add up some numbers here, and come back with your halftime stats here in a couple of moments. Stay tuned. It's game one of the NDSCS Boys Basketball Bonanza. We're about 10 minutes away from the second half. We'll be back in a few. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set stealing a serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Since October 17, 2017, the Magnitude Sports Media Network has brought you over 550 games and a grand total of 115,000 plus viewers and listeners who have watched or listened to one of the 105 varsity, JV, or sub-varsity teams that have played in one of the 8 different sports that we have broadcasted from 40 cities and towns, including hockey, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, and swimming, with hopes of doing more in the future. Consider a donation or a sponsorship that'll give you advertising dollars every bang for its buck that you could expect. Visit our website for more information, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843. Thank you for being loyal viewers and supporters for the past 2 years.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Hi, this is Mike with the Magnitude Sports Media Network. I've done radio and video play-by-play since January 25th, 2016, and it is amazing how many big plays have been missed because the station was still on a commercial break. Our goal is to never miss any of the action, and that's why we have the game video on every advertisement and promo that you see on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The game will always be the priority, so you'll never miss your son's 80-yard kick return for a touchdown or your daughter's critical three-pointer to take the lead late in the basketball game. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Subscribe to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for Magnitude Sports, click on subscribe, click on the bell, and select your alert preference of all, personalized, or none. By selecting all, you'll be notified to every live broadcast and video upload we make. Selecting personalized will notify you only to the games and videos most likely to interest you, and selecting none will help us out by becoming a subscriber but avoid unnecessary mobile and email notifications. Direct link is youtube.com/ndsportschannel/live. Thanks for subscribing to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. All right, welcome back. It's 42-26 here at halftime in favor of the Kindred Vikings. And, well, you know what? If you take away the first quarter of play, then the Oaks Tornadoes would actually lead 18-16 right now, because they outscored Kindred in that second quarter, 18-16. But it was the 26-8 rout by Kindred in that first quarter that allows them to stay in the lead right now at 42-26 here at the halftime mark. Overall, as a team, Oaks Tornadoes with 5 turnovers in that first half compared to just 3 for the Kindred Vikings. Oaks is shooting 3 of 5, 60% from the free throw line, while Kindred is shooting 2 of 4, aka 50% from the free throw line. Individual numbers here. We'll start with the Oaks Tornadoes. Alex Mugley with 4 points, including 1 of 1 from the free throw line, all in the second quarter of play. And then Ashton Biesterfeld scored all 5 of his points in the second quarter, and he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Steele Hansen had 8 in the first quarter, and he has 17 here at the halftime mark, leading the way here for the Oaks Tornadoes, and he's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So once again, that is 3 of 5. You add those up, that comes to 3 of 5 for 60%. And Steele Hansen with 17 points, leading the way right now here for the Oaks Tornadoes. For the Kindred Vikings at the half, Dawson Schaefer had all 12 of his points in the first quarter, including 2 3-pointers. And Andy Fryer has a bucket in the second quarter for 2 points. Caden Olsen with 4 points. He scored a bucket in the first quarter, and he went 2 of 2 in the second quarter from the free throw line. Eli Heinrich with 3 buckets in the second for a total of 6. Max McQuillan had all 10 of his points in the first quarter, including 2 triples. And then Chase Miller, no points. He's 0 of 2 from the free throw line. And Gavin Keller with 8 points, scoring 6 of those 8 in the second quarter. You add those up, that comes to 42, and they add up the free throws, and that comes to 2 of 4 for 50% for the Kindred Vikings. So once again, it was 26-8 in favor of Kindred at the end of the first quarter. Oaks outscores Kindred 18-16. So they gained 2 of their lost points back in that second quarter to pull within 42-26 at the half. We'll see if the Tornadoes can make any halftime adjustments and come back here and maybe make this a ball game in the second half, or if Kindred will continue to hold them off. We'll see. We're about a couple minutes away from finding out. We'll be back in a moment here with the third quarter on the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal, your daughter's set ceiling ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Subscribe to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for Magnitude Sports, click on subscribe, click on the bell, and select your alert preference of all, personalized, or none. By selecting all, you'll be notified to every live broadcast and video upload we make. Selecting personalized will notify you only to the games and videos most likely to interest you, and selecting none will help us out by becoming a subscriber but avoid unnecessary mobile and email notifications. Direct link is youtube.com/ndsportschannel/live. Thanks for subscribing to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. All right, welcome back. Third quarter of play is underway here. Kindred in the blue, Oaks in the white. Kindred Vikings leading 42-26. Want to say hi to Jennifer and Mark for watching on our Facebook page. Certainly appreciate the compliments there, Mark. Glad it's a clear picture for you there on your home TV. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate that. Andy Fryer here on the near wing works inside for Gavin Keller. Keller out to Schaefer. That's a 16-footer that's up and in. Back the other way now, Garrett Meal. A couple passes later over to Alex Nelson. Nelson now here for, that is Dalton Schmidt. Shot is off the mark there. Rebound grabbed by Schaefer. Schaefer will bring it quickly up over the timeline. Andy Fryer back to Schaefer up top, circling around to McQuillan, posting up Keller down below, and he got the bucket. Gavin Keller enters the double-digit club with that bucket there with 10 points as we just cracked the egg on the 7-minute mark of the third quarter here. 3 on the way, missed everything to the right side there out of the hands of Alex Nelson. That'll stop the clock with 6:48 to go here in the third quarter of play. 20-point lead for the Kindred Vikings. Fryer with the inbounds pass to Dawson Schaefer, and Schaefer will slowly bring it up and over the top of the Wildcat head over the timeline here at the Blickery Activity Center. McQuillan floats it inside, an alley-oop layup off the glass there for Dawson Schaefer, who has 16 points now. We saw a few of those alley-oops in last night's game between Fargo Davies and West Fargo, only they were resulted in slam dunks instead of layups. Not trying to say that one was better than the other one, because they all look sweet when that happens. So 48-26. Andy Fryer picking up his third personal. Work it down low. That's Steele Hansen with the bucket. He has 19 now. I don't know, our keys are sticking here today, and I apologize. The scores aren't updating. The clock isn't working. Well, our clock ticked down there as close as possible to 5:50. That's where we sit right now. Might just have to buy a new computer. I don't know. Gavin Keller will spin, and Gavin Keller will score. He'll kick it out near side here. That is Biesterfeld. Now Garrett Meal works it down low to the baseline. Back outside, Steele Hansen. Dribble drive, spin. Gavin Keller swatted at it. Loose ball, Keller picks it up. He'll push it up the floor here from McQuillan. McQuillan looking to get around the defender. Gets up to the free throw line. That one's stolen away there by Garrett Meal. Meal being guarded by Schaefer, and Meal will bump into Schaefer, and that will result in 2 free throws and a foul on Schaefer.
Ball's going to be on Kindred. Schaefer is first. Garrett Meal on the line.
That'll be the second team foul for the Kindred Vikings. Garrett Meal at the free throw line. I want to say hi to Jesse, who just tuned in on our Facebook page as well. Certainly appreciate that. Garrett Meal will knock down the free throw. 50-29. Gavin Keller off the front of the rim. Ball's tipped around into the hands there of, I believe that's Steele Hansen. And Hansen will draw a foul on Gavin Keller.
Steele Hansen will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on the Vikings. Gavin Keller is first.
Steele Hansen is 1 of 2 from the line today so far. 4:45 to go. And that one will rattle in. It's 2 of 3 now. Rhonda, thanks for watching. Zach Manick, thank you for watching, Zach. It's good seeing you tune in. Also, Chad, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. That one rolls around and out. Zach, of course, graduated from the Wapton Huskies last year. His younger brother, Ethan, had a pretty sweet dunk in a junior varsity game we broadcasted about a week or 2 weeks ago. It came against the Cheyenne Mustangs, and well, Wapton was trailing, and there was about maybe 3-4 seconds left on the clock in the game, and off the inbounds pass, an alley-oop reverse dunk for Ethan Manick. That was a pretty cool sight to see, and a great way to end the game there for the Huskies, even though they fell short in that contest. That one will be stolen away, and all alone comes Steele Hansen, and he'll lay it in. .4:10 and counting to go here, 50-31, and a whistle and a foul. I'll stop the clock with 4:06 to go here. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Kindred Vikings. Max McQuillan picks up his first. They'll work it quickly into the near corner here for Joseph Heim, number 21. Up top now, far side, Garrett Meal. Meal works it down low, but the ball's taken away by the Vikings. Now near side here, that is Eli Heinrich. That one will not go. Rebound comes down to Steele Hansen. Just over 3.5 to go here as Hansen brings it over the timeline, backs his defender up, puts it into the hands of Mugley at the top of the key. Mugley will hand it off there for Garrett Meal. Meal trying to get around Dawson Schaefer, now Steele Hansen with it. Tees it up for a 3. Front iron won't go. Offensive rebound underneath there by Garrett Meal. That ball is poked loose, picked up, put back in the hands of Garrett Meal. Meal along the baseline, spinning and pivoting, works it back up top there from Mugley. Mugley into the near corner now for Heim. Heim will dribble up to the near wing. They'll work it around back into the hands of Meal. Meal pops it back out there for Deering. Deering to the baseline, shot a little short. Rebound goes into the hands of Matt Pearson for the Kindred Vikings. Well, that chewed up some clock. And that ball's tipped away into the hands of Carter Deering. Deering will give it up there for Meals. Meal will bring it over the timeline. Now dribble drive down to the baseline. And no, the shot wouldn't have counted if he would have made it.
Jump ball stays with the Tornadoes.
They're going to call it jump ball. That possession now favors Oaks. Once again, game 1 of 7 today. We'll go offline for a few seconds, get set for game 2, and come back online, and that's how we'll do it for the entire series of games here this morning, this afternoon, and tonight.
The ball goes to the Vikings.
Our second matchup of the day will have another Tornado team, the Cavalier Tornadoes from Region 2. Will take on the Tri-State Tigers. That'll be our second matchup of the day. Near side here, Eli Heinrich. Now they work it up top for McQuillan. McQuillan fires it over. Back to Heinrich. Top of the key, 3 on the way. That one rattles off the front of the rim and taking a hard fall out of bounds here. I think we have a foul possibly on Biesterfeld. We'll see who they charge it to. Nope, they're going to charge it to Garrett Neal instead. It'll be his second personal. Team's second of the second half. Inbounds pass comes to Matt Pearson, and now that 3 is off the mark. Steele Hansen will get the rebound and hold on to the possession somehow without getting called for traveling. Great job there by Steele Hansen. He knew he was in a little bit of trouble and did everything he had to do to make sure that the call didn't go against him. Andy Fryer will pick up the loose ball rebound underneath the hoop there on the missed shot by the Tornadoes and bring it back over the timeline. 2 quick passes later, far side there. I believe that is Heinrich. No, check that, it's McQuillan. Now Fryer, now Heinrich has it near side. Heinrich trying to baseball pass over to the far corner. It's tipped out of bounds by either Steele Hansen or Biesterfeld, and it'll remain with Kindred. Minute 20 to go here. Ashton Biesterfeld will pick up his second personal. I believe that's the team's third, but they haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. One of the officials just off camera is talking at the scorer's table.
Tim Campbell, please come to the scorer's table.
And tell you what, we're going to take a 30-second break as they sort that out. We'll be right back. No, we won't. I guess they could continue play anyways. So Tornadoes, nice pass. That's Biesterfeld, and he's blocked from behind by Gavin Keller. He'll scoop up the rebound on the loose ball off the block shot. They'll work it up top for Andy Fryer. Tees it up for a 3. A little short. Fryer battles for his own rebound and tipped into the hands of Gavin Keller for the bucket. (52-32). It's a 20-point lead here for the Kindred Vikings. Just under a minute to go. Work it up top, that's Steele Hansen. Now far side Schmidt. Schmidt into the corner there for Deering. Back up top for Mugley. Mugley dribbles down for a 12-footer, drops it in. 6 points for Alex Mugley now. Five seconds to go here in the half, or in the third, I should say. Long 3 from McQuillan at the buzzer, he got it! McQuillan with 13 points, and that ends the third quarter of play. 55-34 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. The fourth quarter is 1 minute away.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Subscribe to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for Magnitude Sports, click on subscribe, click on the bell, and select your alert preference of all, personalized, or none. By selecting all, you'll be notified to every live broadcast and video upload we make. Selecting personalized will notify you only to the games and videos most likely to interest you. And selecting none will help us out by becoming a subscriber, but avoid unnecessary mobile and email notifications. Direct link is youtube.com/ndsportschannel/live. Thanks for subscribing to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. All right, fourth quarter of play is underway here at the Blakely Activity Center on the campus of the North Dakota State College of Science in Wahpeton. Mike Mason with you here from the Gary Rogers press box, and that is Steele Hansen, the bucket and one. That is the 3rd time Steele Hansen has gotten an and one opportunity. Steele Hansen with that bucket leads the way with 24 of the Tornadoes' 36 points. Right now, the Vikings are led by Dawson Schaefer with 16, Gavin Keller with 14, and 13 for Max McQuillan. He will make the free throw to give him 25 points on the night, or on the morning, I should say, for Steele Hansen. I knew I was going to say that at least once today, that it's a nighttime event when it's actually just not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet. Probably some of our viewers are eating a bowl of cereal right now. Missed shot, rebound by Biesterfeld. They'll bring it back up. That's Steele Hansen. Bounce pass. I think that may have been intended for Biesterfeld, but thankfully for the Tornadoes, Meehl was there. And then Meehl will get the ball back inside for the bucket from Steele Hansen. 55-39. Kindred with 5 team fouls. Oaks with 2. Keller with the rebound, puts it back up and in. Gavin Keller with 16 points now, so Dawson Schaefer and Gavin Keller share the leading scoring honors with 16 apiece. Timeout on the floor. We're back in a moment. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
This is Michael Hall, a senior at Kindred High School and the 2018-19 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of a high school athletic contest, the real winners are those that display good sportsmanship. We need those people who treat competition as a game and not a war. People who show genuine concern for an injured player and those who accept all decisions of the game officials. Remember to be a good sport and a good citizen when you attend a high school game.
All right, welcome back. 7:01 to go here. Fourth quarter of play. The Vikings holding on to a 57-39 lead. It'll be an Oaks Tornado basketball after the timeout. And we're back to action here as we crack the egg on the 7-minute mark of the ball game here. With the ball right now is Schmidt. Schmidt will drive all the way down to the hoop on the far side of the lane and miss the basket. Rebound Kindred, and Steele Hansen trying to pickpocket McQuillan there. McQuillan will get the ball back, fired over there for Keller. Check that, that's Caden Olsen, excuse me. Now Schaefer has it near side, works inside for Gavin Keller. Keller spins around, gets it back to Schaefer. Schaefer, dribble drive into the paint, and that will draw a foul. 3rd team foul of the half here for the Oaks Tornadoes, and we'll see who they charge it to. Ashton Biesterfeld picks up his 2nd. Schaefer connects on the free throw, 58-39. Schaefer retakes the leading scorer's honor with 17 now. And he'll knock down one more. 18 points. 6:21 and counting to go. And that pass intended there for Garrett Meals taken away by McQuillan, and that'll be a charge. No question about that one. McQuillan picks up his second, team sixth, excuse me. McQuillan his second. Garrett Meal with the basketball. Works it to Biesterfeld, now up top here for Nelson. Nelson drives down to the mid post, pops it pass there for Garrett Meal. Meal works it back up top for Nelson, back over to Meal. Meal didn't take advantage of the screen from Nelson. Corner, driving baseline, spinning in the paint, drops it in. That is Steele Hansen. He is a point shy of the 30 mark. He's at 29 right now for the Oaks Tornadoes. McQuillan's basket won't go. Biesterfeld wrestles for the rebound and wins it. Oaks will bring it back here, trailing by 18. They put together some quality basketball here. They could easily chop this deficit down to single digits, no problem. But we'll see what they do here over the next couple minutes. Here's a three on the way. That one's at the front of the rim. Biesterfeld with the rebound initially, but it's stolen away. And a 2-on-1 back the other way. And that shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Quickly back the other way comes Steele Hansen and the Oaks Tornadoes. 4:45 and counting as they work it near side here for Dalton Schmidt. Schmidt, not strong. That shot up a little bit strong. Rebound to Dawson Schaefer. Schaefer will bring it back. Schaefer will dribble into the paint. Schaefer will kick it out. Heinrich works it up top. McQuillan for a three off the back iron, won't go. Rebound tipped around, saved into the hands there of Biesterfeld. Now they'll work it up there for Garrett Meal, and Meal will drive to the hoop, and that will stop. Whistle will stop the clock with 4:22 to go. And we'll see what the foul is here. It's on Kindred, I know that for sure. Dawson Schaefer picks up his second. I think the PA announcer said third, but scoreboard's only showing second. My stat book is only showing two. Free throw by Garrett Meal, missed. He's one of three now from the free throw line. Andy Fryer back into the lineup here for the Vikings. And that free throw's in. 2 of 4 with 2 points from the free throw line and 2 points total in the game for Garrett Meal. .417 and counting to go as Schaefer dribbles up to that far wing. Now they'll work it down low. Gavin Keller kicks it out. Now they work it back to Schaefer. Kick out. 17-footer up and in. That is Caden Olson with the bucket. 61-42. Steele Hansen leading the way right now with 29 points for the Oaks Tornadoes. Has the ball here on the near wing. Looks inside, now spins. Kicks it back out top there for Deering. Now they work it back into the hands of Steele Hansen. Up against Andy Fryer, and he enters the 30-point club with 31. 61-44. Schaefer, swish. 20 points now for Dawson Schaefer. As Biesterfeld hands it off for Deering. Deering looks for, that's Meal. Meal for Steele Hansen. Hansen to Deering. Deering inside Meal, nearly lost it. Ball tipped away into the hands there of Matt Pearson. Pearson will pick up the loose ball and give it to Schaefer in the backcourt as he crosses the timeline with just over 2:45 to go. And Pearson drives into the lane. That whistle will stop the clock with 2:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Some new faces on the floor here for both teams. Ethan German, a junior, number 51, comes into the lineup, as does Joseph Heim, a freshman. Let's see here. Dalton Schmidt still in the lineup there for Oaks Tornadoes, as is Alex Mugley. On the floor for Kindred, you got Matt Pearson, number 12. With the ball now is Jacob Hyatt. Hyatt with a cross-court pass over to Eli Heinrich. Heinrich drills into the paint, kicks it out. Pearson for a three. Too strong. Rebound underneath there. That is Sam Hemke with the rebound and the bucket. Sam Hemke with 2 points off the bench here, and it's 65-44 with 2:07 and counting to go here in the ball game. Almost one down and 6 to go. Plenty of more basketball action coming up for you here. If you don't have anything to do on Saturday, we got you covered here on the ND Sports Channel. Battle for a loose ball, and on the floor, the Vikings will hold on to it, and then they'll toss it out of bounds. Turnover number 6, 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half here. Got Oaks down for 9 turnovers. According to our numbers. With the ball's Mugley. Mugley tried to get it to Ethan German, but it was tipped out of his hands in the corner. Now they tried to work it back into German, but it was stolen by Matt Pearson, and then a foul on the Oaks Tornadoes coming up here. We'll see who they charge it to specifically. It's going to be on Carter Deering. That'll be his second, team's 5th. Minute 14 and counting to go. Xavier Vossler, a freshman, wearing number 23 for Oaks. That shot there from Hyatt is off the mark. And the rebound. And that'll be laid in down at the other end there. Vossler with the bucket. Blocked from behind, out of bounds, stops the clock with 34.7 seconds to go. Saying it went out on Kindred, so it'll be Oaks Tornado basketball. 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. 65-46. Shot clock is off. Oaks can hold for the final shot if they choose to do so. Deering works it into the hands of Vossler. Vossler now, that is, couldn't quite see, I think it might have been Heim. Out of bounds. Stops the clock with 11.4 seconds to go. And Kindred will just dribble this one out. 65-46 will be your final score. We'll go ahead and add up some numbers right now here. For the Oaks Tornadoes, Alex Mugley ends the night with 6. Garrett Meal with 2. Xavier Vossler with 2. Ethan German, Ashton Biesterfeld with 5. And Steele Hansen, let's see here, he had 22 at the end of the third. 24, 26, 28, 29, 30. Let's do that again here. 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30. End the night with 30 points. Must have misdid my math earlier. I thought he had 31. So I want to say hi to Carla Nelson, who just tuned in a little bit ago. Thank you, Carla, for watching. So once again, your leading scorer, Steele Hansen for the Oaks Tornadoes with 30 points. 5 for Ashton Biesterfeld, and 2 for Xavier Vossler and Garrett Meal, and 6 for Alex Mugley. For the Kindred Vikings, Dawson Schaefer ended the end of the morning, I should say, with 20. Andy Fryer had 2 back in the second quarter. Let's see here, 2 for Sam Henke coming off the bench late in the fourth there. Kay Nolson ended with 6. Eli Heinrich with 6. Max McQuillan with 13. Chase Miller played but did not score, and Gavin Keller into the the morning, I should say, was 16. So your leading scorers for Kindred, Dawson Schaefer with 20, Gavin Keller with 16, and Max McQuillan with 13. Your final score is 65-46. That'll wrap up this game. We'll go offline for just a little bit, get things reset. The clock in the gym here is set at 20 minutes, so we'll be back in probably 10 minutes or less with the broadcast of our next game, which will feature the Tri-State Tigers as well as the Cavalier Tornadoes. That's coming up in about 10 minutes or less here on the ND Sports Channel. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a few.